Malik stepped through the heavy steel doors, their ominous clang reverberating in his chest like the final note of a haunting symphony. The fluorescent lights flickered above, casting harsh shadows that mirrored the uncertainty flooding his mind. As he scanned the stark, concrete surroundings, the cacophony of distant shouts and echoing footsteps was the soundtrack to his new reality. Memories of bustling city streets and laughter with friends faded into the background, replaced by the oppressive atmosphere of confinement. With each passing moment, fear coiled tighter around him, and he fought to cling to his identity. As Malik settled into the small cell, he couldn't help but reflect on the series of choices that led him here, dreams shriveling like forgotten whispers. Yet, amidst the daunting walls, a flicker of resilience sparked within. He grappled not just with where he was, but who he could still become, even in a place that sought to strip him of hope. Malik's initial thrill of survival quickly turned into a weighty burden. As he navigated the winding corridors of the prison, the unforgiving stares of hardened inmates pierced his confidence. Each shout echoed against cold steel walls, amplifying his anxiety. In the chaos of daily routines, he learned the unspoken rules: who to avoid, who to trust. He often found himself rooting for his identity, grappling with memories of laughter among friends and the vibrant colors of his past life. He missed the way the sun warmed his skin, contrasting sharply with the harsh fluorescent lights above. As days turned into weeks, the reality of his confinement began to gnaw at him. Malik wrestled with the fear that his dreams would fade, lost like whispers in the night. It was a battle against desperation, hoping that a flicker of hope could survive in the shadows of despair that threatened to consume him whole. Clara leaned against the cold concrete wall, her heart heavy as she watched the young gang member Rico eyeing the worn-out books in the prison library. She had seen him hanging with his crew, always surrounded by bravado and whispers. But here, in the sanctuary of words, they shared an unexpected moment of vulnerability. Clara started sharing her story, recounting the spiral of addiction that had led her to this place. Her voice trembled with the weight of her past, but there was a spark of hope as Rico listened intently. He opened up about his own struggles, the family that never understood him, the choices that trapped him in a cycle of violence. In this exchange, silence broke like glass, revealing the threads of their lives woven by pain, yet yearning for understanding. As their conversations deepened, an unlikely friendship began to blossom, bridging the chasm between generations and experiences in the harshest of environments. As Clara and Rico spent more time together, their initial wariness began to dissolve, replaced by a budding camaraderie. In the dim light of the rec yard, they shared stories that peeled back the layers of their lives, Clara recounting the chaos of addiction that had dictated her path, while Rico painted vivid pictures of his tumultuous upbringing within a gang. Dialogue flowed freely, revealing vulnerabilities they had previously concealed. Clara listened intently, as Rico recounted moments of loss, friends lost to violence and dreams unfurled before him, only to be snatched away. Each heartfelt confession forged an unbreakable bond, inspiring them both to reflect on the possibilities of redemption. As they exchanged handwritten diary entries, each word became imbued with the weight of their experiences. In their quest for understanding, they found solace in one another, igniting a flicker of hope that reminded them they were more than their mistakes. Elena carefully unfolds the yellowing paper, each crease telling a story of hope and longing. As she reads Jesse's latest letter, her heart swells with bittersweet emotions. "I miss you more than words can express," he writes, his ink smudged from tears spilled in the quiet of his home. Their connection, forged through letters, transcends the limitations of prison walls, revealing the delicate fragility of love amidst despair. She reflects on the moments they once shared, dancing in the kitchen, whispers in the dark. Yet the distance weighs heavy. Each shared memory is a reminder of what she has lost. As she pens her response, her hands tremble with the weight of her emotions. The letters become a lifeline, bridging their worlds as they navigate the choppy waters of fate together. But with every written word, Elena grapples with an unsettling question. Can love truly survive the chasm of incarceration, or will it wither away like her fleeting dreams of freedom? Elena sits on her bunk, the familiar hum of the prison settling around her as she picks up the letter from Jesse once more. Each word echoes with longing, bridging the chasm of their separation. She recalls their last embrace, the warmth of his voice that now feels like a distant memory. Time stretches endlessly, and with it, the weight of love becomes both a comfort and a strain. She scribbles back to him, revealing her fears of fading from his memory while desperately clinging to the hope that love can withstand the brutal test of time. Meanwhile, Jesse battles his own demons outside, the empty space beside him a constant reminder of her absence. Moments of joy punctuate his days, but they quickly dissolve into the ache of anticipation. As Elena and Jesse exchange their hearts through ink and paper, their love adapts, proving resilient against the walls that confine her, a fragile yet powerful testament to the bonds they share. Theo's creative spirit flourishes behind the prison walls, becoming a beacon of hope in an otherwise bleak existence. He spends hours in his tiny cell, sketching images that reflect not just his reality, but also his dreams of freedom. Each brushstroke and pencil line tells a story of longing and imagination, transforming stark concrete into vibrant landscapes of possibility. As the sounds of clanging bars and distant shouts fill the space, Theo details his process, revealing how art helps him reclaim a part of himself that incarceration threatened to erase. In the yard, other inmates gather to share their own creative pursuits, some strumming makeshift instruments, others reciting heartfelt poetry. These moments of collective creativity create a rare sense of community amidst the harshness of prison life. Together, they discover that art is not just an escape. It's a powerful form of resistance that connects them to their humanity and shared struggles. As Theo continued to explore his creative journey, the atmosphere within the prison shifted. Other inmates began to share their own artistic talents, some through music, others by penning poetry. During weekly gatherings, laughter and vulnerability melded as they performed for one another, celebrating their unique voices amidst the oppressive environment. Malik, initially shy about sharing, found inspiration in their boldness, taking tentative steps towards his own expression. In the dimly lit common area, tales unfolded through melodies and verses, crafting a makeshift tapestry of resilience and hope. Clara sang softly, her voice filled with raw emotion, while Rico recited his poetry, revealing layers of pain intertwined with dreams. It became a space where fear dissipated, replaced by camaraderie and understanding. Each note and every word served as a reminder that, even within these concrete walls, a vibrant sense of identity could flourish, proof that creativity could carve paths to healing and connection, changing perceptions of their shared existence. As Malik settles deeper into prison life, the weight of regret begins to anchor him. In his diary, he reflects on the rapid decisions that led him to this cold, unforgiving place, memories of laughter and dreams overshadowed by the harsh reality of his actions. He recalls the moment he chose the thrill over caution, the fleeting rush that culminated in irrevocable consequences. Conversations with other inmates reveal shared burdens. Tales of lost opportunities and heart-wrenching regrets echo within the concrete walls. Clara, too, grapples with her past, recounting the allure of substances that initially offered an escape but ultimately led to her downfall. Through their candid exchanges, a sense of camaraderie blossoms as they each confront their demons. Their shared vulnerability opens the door for healing, as Malik starts to believe that understanding his past may pave a path towards redemption. The inmates gather in the common area, each sharing their visions of freedom as the sunlight filters through the barred windows. Malik listens intently, nodding as others express dreams of reunions with family, the longing for laughter that fills a home, and the simple pleasure of feeling grass beneath their feet. Clara whispers about her hopes of enrolling in a community college, yearning to transform her life and leave a legacy beyond her past. Rico's voice trembles as he speaks of wanting to reconnect with his younger brother, while Elena reveals her dream of one day holding Jesse's hand in a sunlit park, their laughter echoing freely. Each story intertwines with fragments of hope, painting a vivid tapestry of aspirations. Through their shared experiences, the weight of confinement begins to melt away, replaced by the collective desire for a second chance. They understand that freedom is not just about absence from prison. It is deeply tied to the connections they yearn to restore and the lives they wish to rebuild. Stepping back into society isn't as simple as it sounds. As Malik reflects on the day he's finally released, he anticipates the elation of freedom, but is weighted by an overwhelming reality. The social barriers that await him manifest in the stories shared by former inmates, revealing a harsh truth. Many feel invisible on the outside. James recounts his struggle to secure a job, while Sarah discusses the heartbreak of being estranged from her children. The sense of isolation is palpable, underscored by the voices of advocates who emphasize the need for supportive networks during this crucial phase. They discuss initiatives designed to assist reintegration, from job training programs to community workshops that promote understanding and empathy. As they share their hopes for a second chance, the audience is reminded of the stark contrast between the promise of freedom and the daunting barriers that often come with it. In this deeply revealing segment, listeners are introduced to advocates and social workers who dedicate their lives to transforming the justice system. Through candid interviews, they emphasize the critical need for empathy and understanding the experiences of inmates. These advocates share insightful perspectives on rehabilitation, detailing how societal stigmas often hinder second chances and perpetuate cycles of incarceration. Their accounts highlight the gaps in support systems that make re-entry into society challenging for many. The stories weave together, illustrating how community programs and mentorship can provide a lifeline, guiding individuals toward productive lives after prison. As they discuss the importance of breaking down barriers and fostering a supportive environment, the weight of systemic challenges comes to light. The theme of understanding emerges as a vital force in dismantling prejudices, igniting hope that rehabilitation is not just possible, but essential for healing both individuals and society. The conversation shifts towards the challenges of breaking free from the cycle of incarceration. Inmates share their stories of struggle and triumph, reflecting on the barriers that often lead them back to prison. Malik recalls a fellow inmate's journey, a man who, like him, once held dreams but found himself ensnared by the same old temptations upon release. Clara, with a somber tone, speaks about the haunting memory of friends who failed to find a support system, returning to their old ways. Yet amid these narratives of despair, glimmers of hope emerge. A few inmates recount successful transformations, accessing education and finding stable employment, testaments to resilience and determination. They discuss the crucial role of mentors and community programs in providing guidance. As they share their truths, the understanding dawns that change is possible, though not without ongoing support and the collective effort to dismantle the prevailing stigma surrounding those who have served their time.